Mr. Norvell A. Brown. Through teaching the sport of tennis and demonstrating his concern for youth who wouldn't ordinarily be exposed to the game, Coach Brown influenced the growth of tennis in Durham, North Carolina. He helped players of all ages develop a love for the game, but focused his attention on our youth. Sometimes those less interested in giving to underserved communities thwarted his efforts, but he pressed on. Coach Brown taught tennis at the youth, high school, and adult levels to children of all ages, and where possible, focused his attention on Black schools and communities. For the past 6 decades, Coach Brown has been a major contributor to the tennis community in North Carolina. Like many regional legends, his contributions could have been even greater had there not been obstacles due to his race and his determination to lift and enrich the lives of Black children. Coach Brown has overcome mighty odds to bring quality tennis to the Black community and still dreams of one day founding a Black country club to teach the sport of tennis to boys and girls. After all, they are the future of tennis. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Norvell A. Brown.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be here in this beautiful and historic Brooklyn Borough Hall, once the original hall of the City Hall of Brooklyn. It is indeed an honor to be here to receive this magnificent award. Thank you, Black Tennis Hall of Fame Award. I appreciate what you've done. I thank you for recognizing the acknowledgments of my accomplishments during my tennis career. When we achieve, we do so because others have helped. This award may have my name on it, which it does, it's beautifully done. I would like to give credit to others. First of all, I would like to give credit, half of this credit to my wife, who told me one day, you should be in the Black Tennis Hall of Fame. I said, no way. I thought about some of you up here on the board, the achievements that you've made in the past, that I adored you playing a few years ago. I thought about some of you in the audience who have played tennis and made great contributions to the Black tennis community. My wife said, I don't care. You belong in Hall of Fame. She had the faith in believing that I should be considered, though I had very serious doubts myself. Thank you, wifey. Then I would like to give credit to the late Bob Bowman. He was the coordinator of the Brooklyn Tennis Club in Washington, D.C. He saw me playing one day, and I didn't play very well. I played a young man who challenged me, very young. So Bob said, I want you to be the tennis instructor for my club. And I said, did you see the way I play? I played off. He said, you look good to me. And by the way, that young man that I played spanked him like a child. Then I want to give credit to the late Doris Harrison. Some of you know Doris Harrison. She saw me teaching, and she approached me one day and she said, you should be certified. And there's a program at Vandermeer facility in Hilton Head, South Carolina. And you should go. I had doubts then whether I could be a successful professional tennis instructor. I went, passed the test, so forth and so on, and became certified with the professional tennis registry. And after which I became certified with the USPTA as an elite professional. So I want to thank the late Doris Harris. There was a late, all these people are late. If you look at me and you see this gray, I'm just a teenager, so you know some of my friends have gone on to be with the Lord. And speaking of the Lord, I want to say, to God be the glory for the reason why I'm standing here. The late John Sales, a childhood friend of mine, whom I had not seen in over 40 years, saw me playing one day and asked me to coach his 3.5 women and his 4.0 men. I accepted the challenge. Lastly, not quite lastly, next I want to thank my students who had the patience to allow me to teach them the game of tennis. And let me remind you that tennis is a game. Not only is it a game, it's a sport. Often I'm reading the paper and reading the media, and I'm reading sports. I'm reading football, basketball, so forth and so on. Then on the side, I see tennis. I'm asking myself, why isn't tennis under the topic of sports? Well, let me remind you that tennis is the only sport, I repeat, sport, that had a 90-year-old champion. No other sport has a champion at that age. Then I'm going to give a little bit of credit to me. The sport of tennis is bigger than I am, in spite of all the awards that I've received. I consider myself just a small portion of tennis. Because if it wasn't for those persons that I named, I wouldn't be here. So I want to thank all my students, young and old, and in between, for having the faith to say, Coach Brown, I want you to teach me tennis because I'm willing to learn. Again, thank you, board. I appreciate this honor. And now that I've gotten up here to be seen, I'm going to sit down so I can appreciate it.